The sales lead from TechieBees. How are you guys doing? Right. Well, guys, before we start, let me go ahead and welcome you all to the live demo of Business Analyst by trainer Lakshmi Sree. Well, before we proceed, any questions which you guys would like to ask us?
Nothing yet.
Fantastic. All right, guys. Well, before we go ahead and start off with the session, well, let's go ahead and get a quick introduction about the trainer now. Right now, the trainer's name is Lakshmi Sree. She holds a good 13 plus years of experience in the software industry and about 10 years of experience as a business analyst. She's a freelance business analyst as well, and she's a real-time consultant. Now, talking about her education, well, she's done her MBA. All right, she is an engineer, MIT, MBA, and also holds a professional doctorate in management in computer science and management-related subjects. Now, Lakshmi has extensive hands-on with business analysis and data analytics. Now, she's handled trainings pertaining to business analysis, intelligence, data visualization, and many more. And she's also mentoring she's also a mentor with various companies. So that's a quick and a short introduction about the trainer. So now I'm going to let Lakshmi take over the training session now. Lakshmi, go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Sunil. Hi all, welcome to the Business Analyst Training Program.
Hi.
Hi. So as a part of the Business Analyst Training Program with TechieBees, there are a lot of things that you're going to learn. It is not just the business analysis, so you will also learn some additional programming languages or some of the techniques like how to use Tableau for visualization, how to work on SQL, some basics about project management, details about manual testing or black box testing as a part of the quality assurance. And of course, we will be covering a lot more concepts about the business analysis. So first we will see what is business analysis and introduction to business analysis. What are the roles and responsibilities of a business analyst? What are the competencies and deliverables that are expected from a business analyst? Software development life cycle. What are the different software development life cycle methodologies? Requirement elicitation and requirement analysis process, the most important part in business analyst day-to-day activities within an organization. We will also see various templates that a business analyst could use, and we will also give you a copy of these templates. It will be uploaded on the blog. You can download it and you can use it. So if you are joining an organization where they have existing templates, you will gain the knowledge of how to use the templates as a part of this program. If you're joining a startup or a firm which does not have a standard business analysis practice in place, so you can directly use these templates, business analyst templates, and you can start off with your career as a business analyst. So we will also see in detail how you could get groomed as a business analyst when you start as a junior business analyst, and then say after 2 to 3 years you become a lead business analyst, and after a couple of years you can become a business analyst manager. And then we will see what are the deviations or what are the different paths in your career that you can take after gaining say about 5 to 10 years of experience in the field of business analyst. We will also see what are the various certifications that you could pursue. Hi, Dominic. Okay, just give me a minute. Let me. Okay, now you should all be able to speak. Dominic, you'll have to dial in either through phone. Sunil, could you please assist Donglu? He's not able to hear what I'm saying. Okay, Let's continue. And we will also be covering a lot of unified modeling language diagrams. So if documentation is half the life of a business analyst, working on unified modeling language or diagrams becomes another 50% of the task that a business analyst could do on a day-to-day basis. So we will also see the life of a business analyst starting from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. What are the various tasks that a business analyst could do in a software company? We will also see details pertaining to data modeling and techniques. So as a part of data modeling and techniques, we will be covering data flow diagrams and data flow model diagrams. So other than that, I will also teach you how to analyze the data and how to crunch the data on Excel. Right, most important, you'll have to have good hands-on with Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Visio.
Have you logged? I think you have logged in from your phone. If I'm not wrong.
Voice is echoing. Okay. So you'll have to learn Word, Excel, Visio, and PowerPoint thoroughly. So these are a must. Other than these, there are tools like Pencil, which can be used for wireframing. And we will also see a tool called Visual Paradigm. So this tool will be very handy when you create use case diagrams. So we will have a separate session to handle use case scenarios and use case diagrams, because most of the time, once you start with your requirement elicitation means requirement gathering. There are different ways in which requirement gathering can be done. And we will see that in detail. And I will also give you live examples of projects which contains the proper document structure in which the business analyst would go ahead and create the documentation. What are the different types of documents that a business analyst can create in various stages of a software development lifecycle, or software testing lifecycle, or project management lifecycle? We will go through each of these topics in detail. Later part of the session, I will show you what are the various templates and diagrams that we will be learning as a part of the business analyst program. Quality assurance and project management are most important tasks that a business analyst is expected to do on a day-to-day basis. I will give you the difference between what is a type of a quality assurance role that a business analyst should play in the testing phase and in the project management phase. How a business analyst would work with a project manager. What is the difference between a business analyst role and a project manager's role? We will see all these details. Other than that, we will also work on popular business analyst softwares or tools, which I've already told you. I will be explaining you various concepts of Word, MS Word, which we might have not used as a part of our MS Office training. But that is a must for creating the best structure of a document, or for documentation in short. We will be learning SQL. The SQL that you learn would be common to SQL Server, Oracle, Access, MS Access, MySQL. So I will be teaching you the basics of SQL, and we will be covering up to joins. So by learning these, you could also pick a role that requires working on advanced Excel and working on SQL. Other than that, we will also be working on the Tableau visualization with basics of statistics that is required to create such visualization either using Excel or Tableau. And finally, we will be helping you how to create your resume and how to be prepared for the interview session. So this is a brief about the training program that we would have with the techies and the various aspects of the training program or the topics that we would be covering. So when you learn these topics, I'm sure that when you approach a company a software company, because the business analyst program that we would be learning, or the concepts that we would learn about business analysis, is specific to software company. There are different terminologies like a system analyst, business system analyst, data analyst. What is the difference between business analysis and business analytics? We will see all these in detail, what are the various roles available in the market and how different is a business analyst role, and how quickly can you learn the concepts of business analysis process and adapt yourself or take up a career in the same stream. Now I would like to get an introduction of you all, just to get an understanding of what are you currently working on. Are you a student, or do you have some experience, industrial experience? Do you have any business analysis hands-on or data analysis hands-on? Please introduce yourself, your name, what have you studied, and what is your current career. What are you currently working on? Which domain or which vertical, or are you a student? Please go ahead and introduce yourself. Can we please start off with Vinay? Vinay? Can you all hear me? Michael, can you please introduce yourself? Michael?
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so, well, hi everyone, this is Michael, and this is my first demo session, and I'm like a full-time student, and I'm also working full-time, and I don't have any experience in this field. And I'm doing my undergrad in business administration. So I thought, why not try business analysis? And luckily I got a call from Kavya, and since then I just wanted to see how the demo goes on. That's about me.
Okay, that's really good to know, Michael. It's a very good choice that you have decided to pursue business analysis while you are studying and still working
Mhm.
as a trainee. I think you're working as a trainee, right? It's your internship program that's going on.
No, actually it's a full-time job
It's a
I'm working
full-time
at.
job.
Yeah.
Okay. Glad to know that. Of course, business analysis is going to really help you, or becoming a business analyst will really help you after
Mhm.
pursuing your business administration. So I think you've already completed your business administration. So your next stage could be your master's in business administration. So most of the time a business analyst profile or a role is chosen by MBA professionals. Right. So
Oh,
those who are much interested with the business and not more towards the technical aspects of the software. So as a part of the business analyst program, you will have a lot of
okay.
opportunity to interact with users, and over a period of time, you could also move into the middle management level or to the strategic planning group. So it's a very good decision to start with the business
Oh,
analyst program, and welcome you to the session.
oh, thank you.
If you're unable to speak, please go ahead and type. I can read what you are typing. Okay, we have a message from W. He says he's working in a fintech firm as marketing clerk, but he really wants to find a job in the banking industry. I hope I can find a business analyst job in the bank sector. I have 3 to 4 friends find business analyst job in some banks, State Street and BNY. Okay, so he's giving some examples. I'm really interested for that chance. Okay, that's really good, Jongli. But to make a few points clearer, even before we start off with the business analyst program, we will not be targeting at a specific business analyst process relating to investment banking or capital markets or core accounting practices. So when you talk about banking sector or domain, so most of the banks that you have mentioned work on capital markets investment banking or on core accounting practices, core finance practices. So we will not be covering domain specific activities as a part of this business analyst program. We will not be seeing anything specific to a finance industry or a manufacturing industry or healthcare industry. There are business analyst roles available in each of these industries, but that is different. It is more of domain specific. So there you will be working on domain specific activities. What you can learn from this program is you will be learning as a business analyst how you could participate in software development lifecycle, software testing lifecycle, project management, data analysis, data crunching, how to extract data, how to manipulate data, how to create UML diagrams, and how to create visualizations. You'll get a thorough understanding of how do you interact with your external and internal stakeholder and how do you perform requirement elicitation or requirement gathering. You could of course work for a banking sector after pursuing the business analyst program from us, wherein you can use these skill sets that you learn as part of this program in creating softwares pertaining to banking domain, could be capital markets, investment banking, or core finance and accounting practices. So these companies not only work on domain-specific business analysis activities, they also require software development, in-house software development, that would require a business analyst to have a good domain knowledge, to have an understanding about the capital market and investment banking, or core accounting and finance practices, and then start off with the software development activities. So by taking up a business analyst role in the software industry, there are two advantages. One is you will get good hands-on as a BA with the software company. A software is not just created in a software company. It could also be in banking sectors, healthcare sectors. So a product or a software is very much needed for any domain. There isn't a restriction on which domain or vertical that you will be working on to create a product or a software. Over a period of time, you could also learn concepts relating to product management as a part of the business analyst practices. And you could also move into core product management activities. But when you work as a business analyst for software development within the banking domain in specific, you will gain a very good experience relating to the various banking related processes or practices, standard processes or practices that is followed within these banks, with these banks or with the companies that follows the capital markets or investment banking practices to work with, or that is the main function or the domain of the company. Getting good hands-on with finance or banking domain could take a little while for you. So meanwhile, if you can start off as a business analyst working on the product development, over a period of time, you will get good hands-on with the banking products and of course the banking domain. Could be a capital market investment banking or whichever is the banking domain that you're looking for. So there could be a transition from being a business analyst for a software development, to becoming a product manager or a product management associate with domain specialization. So that's the advantage of learning this program. It is a very generic program that you will be undergoing. Whatever the templates or the concepts that you learn can be applied across domains or verticals. There isn't any restriction on which domain or vertical that you could work on after learning the business analyst program for software development and implementation. Hope that clarifies. Thank you, Dongli. Can we have Karan? Karan, Vinay, please go ahead and introduce yourself. Karan? Okay, I'm not able to hear you because you didn't have the audio pin to dial in. Audio pin is 49, hash 49. If you're not able to speak, you can go ahead and type details about you. Give a brief introduction of what you have been working. Could you please type on chat? I can read it out for others. Okay, Karan is his name and he holds a BS in management. What are you currently working on, Karan? Are you a student or are you working? Okay, Karan is working as a management consultant. Okay, that's good to know, Karan. So do you have any expectations from the business analyst program? Why do you intend to become a business analyst, or why would you like to learn about business analyst process? Do you have any career plans relating to this field? Okay, Karan wants to learn, or he wants to become a business analyst to explore more career opportunities. You're in the right place, Karan. By becoming a business analyst, the kind of exposure that you get within an organization is much vast. You will be interacting from a junior level to a software engineer, senior software engineer, module lead, technical lead, architect. So if you don't understand these roles, you don't have to worry because I will explain you each and every role and what do they do, and as a business analyst, how you would work with each of these roles. So you will also have an opportunity to work with various teams, be it the HR team, finance team, or your C-level executives, project sponsors, account managers. So the kind of an exposure that you would get as a business analyst within an organization is much, much higher than what we think it is, because as a business analyst, you'll have to perform various tasks on a day-to-day basis and interacting with people, organizing meetings or organizing events within your organization will be the primary goal of a business analyst, for which you need a lot of other skills, interpersonal skills, which we will be discussing. So if you're looking for more career opportunities, business analyst program is the best for you, because this program isn't restricted to any particular programming language, right? So if you learn a particular programming language, you could specialize in one programming, the language which you're learning. Or if you would like to become a tester, you would be only working on manual testing or automation testing. Unlike the other roles, as a business analyst, you'll have a very good exposure in your organization, and you can get to know what are the various departments or functions within your organization, and you can decide what is your interest in terms of moving ahead as a business analyst. So what is next after a business analyst role? So you could move into a program management, you could move into project management, you can also move into a product management or service management group, or you can also take up testing as your primary career. The opportunities that you can explore is just going to be vast. After this program, you will have a clear understanding, not just about the business analyst process. If you intend to become a manual tester to start with, You can become a manual tester or a black box tester. So we will be teaching you concepts relating to quality assurance or testing that a business analyst should know for performing manual testing, creating test cases, validating that against the use cases or the functionality of the system, and how do you create a requirement traceability matrix. So there are three types of requirement traceability matrix which we will see in detail. One is a business outcome versus the business requirement. Next is a business requirement versus the functional requirement. And then we have the functional requirement versus the test cases. RTM is an important activity that a business analyst will be expected to do. Along with that, you will also be creating a RACI matrix. RACI stands for responsible, accountable, consult, and inform. We will see various concepts. We will also cover some of the advanced concepts like what is a 5I? How do you link a 5I to a cause and effect diagram or a cause and effect analysis process? How do you create SIPOC? What is SIPOC? What is SWOT? Okay, these are some of the concepts that I've seen only a Six Sigma group or a process improvement group will be involved in. So as a business analyst, you'll have to also work with the process improvement group or the Six Sigma executive. So Six Sigma users either will be a green belt certified or a black belt certified, or they would be lean black belt. So you will also learn concepts relating to the process improvement or BPMN, that is the business process modeling notation. There are various stages in which the business analysis activities will be performed, which I will explain it to you in detail. Most welcome, Kiran. I think this is the right place to get good knowledge about business analysts and flourish in the software market by gaining a lot of opportunities. Welcome. Can we have the other users, other participants, please just give a brief description about yourself, introduce yourself. We have David. If you're not able to speak, please type. Later on, we will have the course coordinator to help you with your system. A course coordinator can also help you with any technical issue that you face with your system to participate in the meeting. End of the meeting, you will have the training videos uploaded for each of the sessions. So that could be a very good reference for you to understand what has been taught in the session. I will be giving you assignments. All the training materials will be shared by the course coordinator on the blog. The day one you enroll yourself to the program, you will have access to all the training materials. So if you are very keen to start off as a business analyst within a few weeks, while we are still learning the program, you can go ahead, view the technical materials, the training materials, and you can make use of the templates and the diagrams. And if you want any personal assistance in attending interviews or creating resume after a few sessions, you could approach the coordinator and we could have a discussion about that. Okay. David?
Hi, my name is David. Can you hear me?
Yes, David, I can hear you clear. Please go ahead.
Okay, so my name is David. I have a bachelor's degree in banking and finance. I currently work as an RF engineer, but I want to venture into business analysis because, first of all, you and I know we work for money. There's a lot. And secondly, there's job security because I have friends who work as business analysts and they're doing pretty fine. So prior to now, I had training for QA. I learned manual and automation testing, but I'm not really that kind of, I don't really I didn't like the job because I had an offer, but I didn't like it. So that's why I want to take business analyst.
I understand. Could you please tell me which is the domain that you're currently working with?
It's in IT, but it has to do with wireless networks.
You are into networking?
No, into telecommunications.
Telecommunication. Okay, okay. So as a part of the telecommunication domain, are you more involved in telecommunication processes, or is that into testing the telecommunication products?
A little bit, but it has to do more with the network, like, the LTE and all that on the mobile phone.
Okay, so you will be working more on network protocols and switches, something like that, routers.
I wouldn't say routers, I would say optimization, like,
I see.
optimizing them.
Okay, so that's more specific to telecommunication, right? So you
Yes,
are, you have some software knowledge, but that's relating to software testing, which you have already been trained with. And now you look to transform your career to a business analyst that can help you
that's key.
explore more career opportunities. Like our other friends have told us, they are looking to explore more career opportunities by learning the business analysis process, or the business analyst by becoming a business analyst with software firm. All right.
That's correct.
Great, David. So you're in the right place. So I think you should have heard my discussion with various other friends of ours who have joined this training program. So this is the right place if you want to become a business analyst, and we will be covering all the concepts relating to the business analyst program. When you join a company, it would at least take 2 to 3 years for you to gain good hands-on with various documentation and diagrams, or the entire business analysis process, how to conduct a requirement elicitation, or how to create JAT sessions. I will also be explaining you about agile methodology, how different is that from other methodologies. And we will also see a few concepts relating to Scrum management and sprint. What is Scrum and what is Sprint? How is that carried out in a software industry? Because as a business analyst, they would expect you to have good hands-on with agile implementation. So that is something we will be learning in detail as part of this course. Most welcome, David. Can we have the other participants please introduce themselves? Shruti. Shruti. Vinay. Good morning. Okay, Shruti says, good morning, I'm Shruti. Yes, Shruti, please go ahead and introduce yourself. You could type, okay, 2 years ago, she's in the US, okay. What are you currently working on, Shruti? What is your educational background, and which domain or company are you currently associated with? Okay. She has been learning masters in business administration. Okay. So at present, are you a student or are you working? You're working. Okay, which domain are you working on? What do you work as, Shruti? Are you into software domain, or do you work as a management person? Okay, that's not an issue, Shruti. If you are interested in business administration, I think business analyst program in combination with the software knowledge can really take you places. So it is not a must that you have to find a job based on the qualification or the stream of education that you've pursued. There are a few competencies that a business analyst should have, which you could develop over a period of time, that I will be explaining it to you in detail in this program. So it's going to be a very good start for you. After this program, we will also be helping you with your business analyst interview preparation and preparation of your resumes, how to approach the client. So do not worry if you do not have an experience in the field of business analyst or the software domain. You could always start as a business analyst with the software industry. A career switchover can happen in any phase. The learning curve, that's referred to as a learning curve in an organization. Right? So your learning curve could always depend on what your interest level is. Not a must that if you have started as a tester or as a developer or any field that relates to the software development lifecycle. There are many branches to it. Right? So you don't have to worry much about it. So after learning the business analysis processes or the program that we're going to teach you, having good hands-on, working on the assignments, taking a look at the video, the session videos, and grasping the concepts is equally important to be successful. So if you could put at least 2 months of effort, I'm sure that you will be placed in a very good company in the business analyst domain. Most welcome, Shruti. Can we have Vinay? Vinay, please introduce yourself, or you could also type. Hi, Vinay. Could you please tell us what are you currently doing? Are you working or are you a student? Which domain have you studied? And what is your expectation from this course? Okay, he is a graduate student in electrical engineering at University of Cincinnati. So what is your expectation as a business analyst? Do you intend to pursue your career as a business analyst in a software industry? Of course, your electrical engineering domain could also help you because it is not just the software. We also have the hardware part of implementation that happens with the electrical and electronics company, wherein as a part of the product development, you could use the business analyst skills that you would gain as a part of this program. So what is your expectation from this program? Or why do you want to become a business analyst? Okay, Vinay says he's trying to explore what business analyst is all about and trying to know if it fits my background. Okay, Vinay, absolutely fine. There isn't a domain restriction. You could be from a telecom domain or from electronics domain or even biotech, bioinformatics domain, pharma domain, healthcare, banking, manufacturing, HR, FMCG, CPG. CPG stands for Consumer Product Groups. There isn't a restriction on the domain for which you could work as a business analyst. A business analyst is a generic profile in any organization that could take the process ahead from the day the business gets to know that there is a lead It's referred to as a lead, L-E-A-D. It's an opportunity from, could be an external stakeholder or from an internal stakeholder within your organization. So as a business analyst, you could work on varied domains. There is no restriction on the domains that you could work on. I have worked close to 8 to 10 domains in my entire career. Other than a business analyst role, I've also been a part of the entire software development lifecycle. So by getting good hands-on with the software development lifecycle, there are two advantages. One is you could put to use the various concepts that you learn as a part of your academics or the work experience that you gain. And you can also become a domain specialist. So if you intend to work towards the electrical engineering field, there are so many companies in the market that is looking for a business analyst skill set with electrical engineering background or an engineering background. And also as a part of the electrical and electronics engineering or communications engineering, I know that you are taught some of the basic programming languages, at least C, C++, and Java. To start with C or C++ as a part of the academics. Alright, so whichever is the, yes, very good. So you say you are aware of C and C++. So which means you know what is the software implementation phase. C and C++ are programming languages that are not specific to any particular domain. Even if you have to work on a hardware design or a VLSI kind of programming, embedded systems. Embedded system programming is completely based on C and C++. What are C and C++? Those are system programming languages. So if you intend to become a developer in your own domain of electrical engineering, but you also need business analyst skills, a data crunching skill, project management skill, quality assurance skill for any product that you create. How do you create a test strategy? How do you create test plan? How do you create a test environment? These are all generic. The business analyst concepts are generic again. Visio has several additional diagrams that are more domain specific. A link will be shared with you all by our coordinator, Kavya. You can download the Visio, install it on your system, and you could start working on it. Very, very user-friendly tool other than the MS Office package. Visual paradigm is equally user-friendly, very easy to use. So we will see all these in detail. How to use these, when it should be used, and what is the best way of creating artifacts. Whatever is the document or the diagrams that you create are referred to as artifacts. Great. Welcome, Vinay. Welcome you all once again to this session. Today we will see, thanks Vinay. Today we will see an introduction to the business analyst. What are the various roles that are available in the market relating to a business analyst? How different is a business analyst in a software industry, different from domain or vertical specific industry, which I've already explained you as an example that I gave to Donglu, for the banking industry or electrical domain or telecom domain, right? So even before we start off with the session, a few things that I would like to share with you all. One, if you have any personal questions relating to your placement or about the entire course, you'll have to speak to the program coordinator, Kavya. She can help you with it. For any technical assistance relating to the blog in terms of reading the assignment, posting the assignment. So you have to create the documents or the diagrams which I ask you to do as part of the assignment. You could take your time to do that, but it's better that you do those assignments as and when possible when you find time, apart from your day-to-day schedule of being a student or working for a company or whatever it is. questions of the topics which we are currently discussing or the session topics can be asked towards the end of the session every day. If you have any lengthier questions or you think you might have a question when you're looking at the video recording of the session, you can go ahead and post it on the blog, and I will make sure that I answer all your questions at the earliest to make sure that you get prepared. So after each of the session, you must learn the concepts. The way I'm going to tutor the concepts to you will make you understand even without going through the theory of it. I will give you as many examples as possible based on the real-time projects that I have worked on. Very simple projects. It could be a hospital management project, DAGSoft, that is a diagnostic center automation project. Or I will also give you an example of a cafe coffee day, CCS or a CCD. How do you place an order and how do you create a system for that? So these are all simple systems, and there is a complex system that's called as NPES, End Performance Enhancement System, assessment of software automation process within the quality function of an organization. So even before you approach a company or a client for an interview, you must know what are the different departments that you can expect in a software company. I can also give you an example of different domain-specific departments or roles that you might have already seen working for those companies, or you might see when you take up a job. But I can give you the assurance that the concepts that I teach you are going to be complete. I will help you understand. If you're not sure or if you haven't understood, I will help you to get an understanding of that by giving you the simplest of examples. Slowly we will learn from simple real-time examples to medium level toughness and a complex project that is a part of the data analytics and reporting within the quality functionality. I will introduce you to requirement gathering. How do you interact with the external and internal stakeholders? What is the difference between a client and an end user? Who's a customer? How do you create communication plan? How do you perform a session analysis? How do you perform a stakeholder analysis? What is approval? What is the actual sign-off process? What is MOU, Memorandum of Understanding? How, as a business analyst, you would be working with different groups in the organization. Why should you contact an audit group? When will you contact a finance group? When will you contact a HR group? What are the activities that you will perform by working with a project manager? Right. So there are several activities that a business analyst could do, and a business analyst life is much, much busier because you will be participating in end-to-end process. The day they say there is a lead or an opportunity for the company, that's where your work starts. You will contact your stakeholder, whoever is your point of contact from your company, from the company that gives you the business, that gives you a project, and that's going to pay for you. So what are the various types of details that you have to gather from them? As a business analyst, you cannot have everything on an email. You should document each and every interaction that you have with your end user or with your stakeholder, C-level executive, whoever is your point of contact, be at a junior level who's a fresher with the company, or even an intern or a trainee working for the company. Most of the time you might have to do a to-be system and an asset system analysis. So when you have an asset system analysis, you have to do a reverse engineering process. So I will simplify each one of these and I will explain it to you in very simple terms so that you understand what are the various activities that you have to perform. Could be how do you present yourself, what are the type of questions you have to ask, what are the kind of information that you have to gather as a business analyst. What are the various documentations that you have to create? What are the various activities within the software development lifecycle that you would regularly participate? How do you perform a requirement analysis? What is a business requirement document? What is a functional requirement document? What is a technical specification document? When will you be involved in creating the technical documentation? There are a lot of concepts that we will be learning as a part of this program. So as I have already told you, a business analyst is a very important role, and the skill sets required for a business analyst role can be learned in a very short span of time. There are a few concepts relating to the technical knowledge that a business analyst should gain or should have before taking up a business analyst profile. But that's very minimal. A business analyst will not be questioned about programming concepts. They may not ask you what is the syntax and semantic of a language. Do you know C and C++? Yes, you know C and C++. You know when it is used? Yes. You must know that there exists a technology in the market. What are the various technologies that exist in the market and when it has to be used? There ends the job of a business analyst. Technically, you don't have to learn much, but that's not the end of your process. If you wish to become a technical person with business analyst skills, there is a separate role for that. So what is that role? That is referred to as a systems analyst or a business systems analyst. So as a systems analyst, you will work both on business analysis concepts. You will be placed as a technical person within your technology group or the development group. You will have hands-on with programming. You will participate in white box testing, that is for code review and code-based testing. As a business analyst, you will not be expected to have any programming knowledge. If you know that this technology exists in the market and where it is used, how it should be defined in the technical architecture of the system, it will really help you. But that cannot happen within a very short span of time because there are so many technologies. They might give you a project to work on analytics, or it could be into application, standalone application development. What are different system architectures? So we will see what is a standalone application or one-tier architecture, two-tier architecture, that is a client-server architecture, and then three-tier architecture wherein you have the client-server and a middleware. What are third-party components? How components are added to your project or to the product? We will see all these details. Business systems analyst will have 50% technical knowledge and will be primarily working on business related processes. A business analyst will have about 90-95% of business knowledge. So that's where I told you, be it any domain, a business analyst can survive. Because you will be analyzing the business and you will not be worried much about which programming language is used, how many modules. You might know how many modules will be created based on the functionalities that you define for the system. Right? Business analyst role or a business analysis has certification process and standards. The standards are created by IIBA. IIBA stands for International Institute of Business Analysis. It was started in March 2004 in Toronto. Current membership is over 800 business analysts. This is a body that governs, that creates the standard that a business analyst should follow. This book or the guide is referred to as BABOK. In short, business analysis body of knowledge is called BABOK. There are several certification programs which we will see in detail in the forthcoming slides. Of course, we will also be sharing the BABOK guide with you all, a hard copy, a soft copy of it for you to go through what it actually means. Next, how is a business analysis role or a business analyst role distinct from various other roles that are available in the market? If you look at the job opportunities, there are various other roles. Data analysis, data analytics, business analytics, financial analysis, project management, quality assurance, documentation and technical skills, technical writing skills. All these are related to a business analyst role. As a part of data analysis, you will be working on data extraction, data cleansing, data manipulation and reporting, which we will see as a part of the business analyst program. What is data analytics? If you are from a statistical background, you can very well transform from being a business analyst to a data analytics or a business analytics professional. Difference between analysis and analytics is, in analytics you will be studying the pattern of the business or the data. You will perform various predictive modelings, forecasting. There are many tools that are available. Basic tool is SAS. Excel is the most preferred tool for any type of analytics. Other than that, we have SAS, R programming and several other tools. So if you wish to transform from a business analyst, from being a business analyst into a analytics professional, could be for data domain or business domain, you could very well do that by enhancing your knowledge after completing the business analyst program. A data analytics or a business analytics professional will be expected to know concepts relating to business analysis. Without this, this is the foundation or the base. Whatever you want to build on, you want to learn about financial market, you want to learn about project management, quality assurance, documentation, technical writing, the way you organize meetings, the way you interact with people. There are several things that a business analyst learns over a period of time, or the business analysis program can offer you or can help you learn. So these are the terms that you could alternatively see when you look for a job. But remember, what you learn in this program can help you become a business analyst or a data analyst. That's for sure. You can also work in the domain of project management. You can become a project coordinator to start with. You could also become a software tester, manual tester with quality assurance division. You can also directly start working on documentation and technical writing. Technical writing is a separate skill set or a role that is in the market. So by learning business analysis, there are several other roles that you can apply for, and your business analysis skill sets could be a value add. For sure, it's a value add. And you already know that because you have explored the market. You know what is the kind of a pay that a business analyst gets. Right? So a business analyst with about 2 to 3 years of experience, whatever is the concept that they would know, I will be teaching you all those concepts. So when you approach an organization, I will be giving you say about 100 to 200 questions, interview questions, after teaching you all the concepts, so that you can see the question and the answer relating to that and prepare yourself. So in short, a business analyst will work towards IT improvement for the organization, process improvement and business improvement. What is the importance of a business analyst and the extended responsibilities of a business analyst? As a business analyst, I told you, you have very good exposure in the organization, irrespective of which domain or vertical that you would work for. You will directly approach an executive sponsor, project owner, business lead, IT lead, project manager, account director, developers, quality assurance, user trainer. You could also become a user trainer or a product trainer, architect, database analyst, DBAs, data analyst and other business analysts. Business analyst plays a mix and match role. BA must interact and work with each of the above mentioned roles. With that, we can surely say that the organizational exposure a business analyst receives is much more than the roles as described above. Because the roles described above, most of these roles, a database analyst will only work on database related activities, administration activities, database administration. A project manager will be more worried about project management activities. He wouldn't be much bothered about the functionality translation of a business requirement into a functional requirement, and then that getting translated into a technical requirement or a technical specification for the developer to create a code. So most of the time as a business analyst, you will be working on translating the business requirements to a functional requirement of the system, and then a functional requirement to a technical specification. Meanwhile, you will also work on the system architecture, solution architecturing, and the technical architecturing of the system. You might slowly participate in technical architecturing processes by working with the development group. A business analyst will know all the activities that are performed within a software development group, a project management group, a quality assurance group, a process improvement group, right? So the kind of knowledge that you gain will be much more than what you expect it could be. So what are the roles and responsibilities of a business analyst? Interact with the stakeholder to get, analyze, communicate, and validate the requirements. We will see in detail what is a requirement, what are the types of requirements, how do you gather requirements, how do you document the requirement gathering that you do, and various stages within the requirement gathering. What are the various documents and the processes that you have to follow in collecting or gathering different types of requirements. Must understand the business problems and opportunities and recommend solutions accordingly. BA should identify, understand, document all needed team roles related to each defined activity for a project. BA must closely work with the project manager in achieving the project milestones. A project manager and a business analyst will always work hand in hand. Each one should know what is happening. A project manager must know how different phases of the software development life cycle is being progressed. And a business analyst must know what are the various milestones that the project manager has created. Has a team been formed? Do we have the necessary expertise? How do you define the expertise for the project that has come your way? You have to work with the development team to understand if you have the required expertise. Hardware requirements. If there aren't enough systems where the development activities will happen, or post deployment, if you need a number of systems as client systems, if your company is going to take care of the process or the operations activity for the software that gets created, what are the service level agreements? You will also work with the operations group to decide on the operation expenses. If there is an increase in the capital expenses, CapEx and OpEx, as a business analyst, you will be expected to participate in analyzing why there has been an increase in the operating expenses and how can you bring that down. A process improvement group or a Six Sigma group basically does this. So as a business analyst, when you do an as-is system analysis and come up with a proposed system or to-be system, there are various activities that you have to do. One, you have to do a reverse engineering for the as-is system. Two, you have to come up with new set of requirements for the to-be system or the new system, or changes in the system, enhancements to the existing system. So we will see that in detail. A BA will be involved in all requirements related activities, while the project manager will overlook the entire project. BA is responsible for creating a business model like organizing meeting, business process, workflow creation, UML diagram creation, artifacts creation, etc. What are the various competencies or skill sets that a business analyst should have? Analytical thinking and problem solving, decision-making skills, most important. In other roles within the organization, getting to a level of taking a decision about the business could take several years up to the time you become a lead or a manager, technical manager or a process manager operations manager, only then you will have the decision-making authority. But as a business analyst, within a very short span of time, you will have to make decisions relating to the business. When you get a requirement, you have to think, is that possible? Is it a feasible solution or not? You have to perform a feasibility study, feasibility analysis. You have to perform gap analysis, impact analysis, risk analysis. We will see all of these in detail. But decision-making skill is most important for a business analyst. Managerial skills. Over a period of time, you don't have to be authoritative in what you do, but you must know how to manage, organize, implement, control, and manage. Be it in any phase of your software development lifecycle or a project management lifecycle, whatever is the activity that you perform as a business analyst on a day-to-day basis. You must have the management skills. That's why I said a business analyst with a business administration background will be the perfect role. Constructive criticism handling skills. When you work with humans, there will be both positive and negative criticism. How do you handle the criticism efficiently and get your task done? Diplomacy and tact is expected. You have to always set an example to the other functional people within your organization. And you have to be a self-starter. A business analyst cannot even think about being laid back. No one is going to come and tell you, please do this. This is how you have to go and speak to a stakeholder. No. You must know what are the questions that you have to ask a stakeholder, external stakeholder, which we will see in detail in this program. You might not even need the help of a business analyst lead when you start as a business analyst, because you will have all the required process knowledge pertaining to the business analysis program, wherein you can be a self-starter. You have all the templates with you. You know how to create UMLs. We will be covering all type of UMLs. It is not just the use case diagram or activity diagram. Most of the time, the entire business analyst diagramming practices goes only with the use case diagrams. I will teach you all the unified modeling language diagrams on Visio. You'll be very comfortable. You will know which diagram to use in which artifact, which document, and how well to present it to the management. Your presentation skills must be really good, both presenting yourself and your findings. Business or domain knowledge, we have already seen this. Communication skills, interaction skills, spoken language and written language, both must be really good for a business analyst. Emotional intelligence and negotiation skills, I've already told you. Why do you need good emotional intelligence? To handle people and various sessions that you might create, that you might work with. Right? So what are the various types of meetings? All these requires a lot of understanding of people, understanding of the process, good emotional intelligence and negotiation skills. And of course, software applications and tools or programming languages knowledge, basic knowledge about various software technologies or tools that are available. Web framework knowledge, how to create websites, some basic knowledge on how to create a website specification, which we will see in detail, system architecture and terminologies associated to it, and minimal technical knowledge. So as I already told you, we will be covering BRD, FRD, TRD, RTMs, business process diagrams, workflows, storyboarding, how to create user stories, how to perform, how to create process mapping, data mapping, how to create UML diagrams, how to create artifacts. So as a business analyst, in the interview, they will ask you, what is your understanding about an artifact? What are the various types of artifacts that you can create? Every single information that you gather, you document, and you create a presentation for is an artifact. We will also see what is a RACI matrix, And how do you create a decision plan based on the RACI matrix? Testing, software testing, we will see that in detail. I will teach you all the types of functional testings and non-functional testing to the maximum extent possible that can be performed using a standalone system. There are some non-functional testings that are stress related, performance related, for which I will tell you which are the tools that they would use. But if you intend to become a quality assurance specialist or a tester, then you should learn those tools in detail as a part of the quality assurance program, and how to create approval workflow for each of the activities that you gather as a business analyst, and how do you get sign-offs from different people, because approval and sign-off is the most important task that a business analyst should always follow and bring it to a closure, positive closure, most important. Business analyst task, as I told you, business analyst can be within a software industry or it could be within a domain specific industry. In software industry, we have the initiation phase, planning phase, execution phase, monitoring and controlling phase, and closing phase. Within a domain specific industry, a business analyst will understand the process operations methodology, learn the required skill sets and execute the process, monitor the process phases and control errors. Closing phase mostly will be an ongoing task and might take years to close a process or operation. So this is the main difference between a domain specific business analyst role and a software business analyst role. I would like to show you various documents that we would work or here's the entire training material that will be shared with you from the day you enroll with us. It has all the books, required templates. So if you look at software testing, for each and every phase, you have a lot of documents that will be shared with you all. A simple communication plan. How would it look? So here is a communication template that can help you record any type of a communication. So I have a sample communication which I've already created. So here's a communication plan document for a HRMS, that is HR Management System Practice. So if you see here, we have the activity, that is project contract sign off, purpose of the communication, audience, when, what's the delivery method, types of delivery methods, presentation method. So each and every template will have a description of what is the kind of a value that you can fill in. Okay, so this is a sample communication plan that I've filled in. Here is another stakeholder analysis, role and requirement elicitation document. So here is a sample document that goes to and fro to understand the stakeholder analysis. Complete marketing process explanation is expected from Mark Thompson. He says, I cannot help you with the marketing, communication and networking as I'm not involved in those activities. Please contact my department head to clarify the requirements that I can give you. Check with the marketing head. Lisa Grace will help with the communication practices. Agree for Lisa to participate in giving requirements for 10 hours a week. So here you will be doing various type of stakeholder analysis. The reason I'm showing you these samples is whatever you learn as a part of this program, you will learn various types of templates. A complete business requirement template will be given to you. So when you have the BRD template in place, the only task that you have to do is you have to fill in the details here. And I will also show you an example of how you can fill in the details. So you have the basic structure of the document and a sample document in place. You have to understand the basic structure of the document and the sample document or the project that I will be teaching you or I will be helping you with. So here are sample projects. So here is one such project wherein we will be working on a product or a software that's created for performance enhancement system assessment of software automation process. So here various quality related aspects of the system are captured. How to do a system analysis, assess system analysis. What are the various aspects that you can put into a proposed system, project requirements, classify that into functional requirement, non-functional requirement, database, and then we will see how to create system architecture. What are modules? What is the system design? What is the architectural design and functional design? What are the various diagrams that you have to learn? So as a part of the diagrams, I would like to show you what are the diagrams that I will be helping you with. So these are all the Visio diagrams. Once you do a brainstorming session, so you will create a brainstorming presentation or a diagram. These are referred to as artifacts. So each and every tool that is there within Visio. So as a business analyst, if you tell them that you have very good hands-on with Word, Excel, PowerPoint and Visio, it's going to take you places. So we will see all the diagrams, how to create these diagrams. We'll see a Crowfoot diagram or the entity relationship diagram, ER diagram, to define a database relationship. I will also teach you concepts relating to database management, RDBMS. I will give you an idea of what is a data warehouse or data mart, which you might be expected to work with as a part of the business analysis process. So, though it might sound a little different, I will try to make it much easier for you all by giving you real-time examples. So here's a fishbone analysis, very important. How a fishbone analysis is done. It's also referred to as a cause and effect diagram. So it's a very, very easy diagram. If you have the cause and effect defined, you can very well go ahead and create the fishbone diagram. There are so many other diagrams which we will be covering as a part of this program. So these are all referred to as the UML diagrams. There are several UML diagrams that you can see. So we will be covering UML activity, UML sequence diagram, UML state machine diagram, UML use case diagrams. We will also work on data flow diagrams, DFDs. Under database, we will be covering Chen's diagram and Crowfoot diagram. We have a basic flow chart. We have BPMN in process. We have the organizational charts that can be used, when to use which chart, brainstorming chart. There are several, and I will also be helping you with the schedule. So when you learn more about timeline shapes and Gantt chart, you can also easily move into a project coordinator's role. So if you see here, so this is how the activity diagrams gets created. I've shown you the example how it will look on Visio. So these are the sample activity diagram, when the activity diagram should be created, what is the sequence diagram, what is the state chart diagram, how to use it, and then we have a sample process flow chart. So this is a sample process flow chart for a live production. So these kind of flow charts have to be created by the business analyst. So you could take this as a reference. After learning how to create a basic flow chart, you can try to replicate this using Visio. And then we will see the UML use cases. Most of the time there will be a lot of questions relating to use case. How do you write the use case scenario? What are the various points or what are the various actors, events, navigational, basic workflows, alternate flows, post conditions, assumptions, etc. that you have to capture as a part of the use case scenario. And then we will see how to create a very nice use case diagram, and we will see various options that can be included in the use case diagram. We will not just restrict it to the actor and events. We will also see when to use generalize, when to use extend, when to use include, when to use a tree structure. Jongyu has a question. He says, is a business analyst job almost 80% working on documents? I would say the business analyst job is 50% into documents and diagram creations. Another 50% is understanding the requirement, interacting with the stakeholders, various point of contacts within the organization. How do you organize meeting? How do you get people together? How do you conduct workshops? How do you conduct surveys, questionnaires? How do you collect the data? And then how do you do a data analysis? Many times you have to also do data analysis, or you have to create good visualization. So we will see those in detail. So if you see here, so here's a sample Tableau workbook that can help you create visualizations. So you will get a very good opportunity to work with data if the development team needs the data in a particular format. As a business analyst, you will have access to various sources wherein you will extract the data, try to understand what the data is all about and what is the information that you have to pass on, what is the data set that you have to pass on to the development group for them to create the product. So that is also the job of a business analyst. Implementing the entire process or the project, that is also the work of a business analyst. Documentation is a part of the activities that you do. How do you document your understanding? But your entire job of understanding and working with either the data team or the process team, process improvement team, operations team, coming up with a as-is system analysis, to-be system analysis. It could be oral discussions. 50% you'll spend most of the time meeting people, interacting with people. If you really like talking a lot, interacting with people, exploring as many opportunities as possible. So I think a business analyst role should be the best. So here is a simple Tableau workbook, Tableau dashboard and a storyboard. So we will see how to create all of these. Tableau is a very good tool for visualization. So many times you should also create visualizations using Excel or Tableau kind of tools, extract data using some basic SQL, or convert the text data into an Excel data. So there are several roles that a business analyst would play. It is not just the documentation or the diagram that you would do. So you will also have to present the business outcomes. Business outcomes should be presented like this. With proper visualization should be created. You can also create a storyboard like this. Okay, so we will learn all of these. And I will also be helping you with the SQL. So what is SQL? What are the various things that you should know about SQL? And I will also give you the sample SQL. All these documents are there on the blog. You can get access to these by speaking to our coordinator, course coordinator. I will also teach you the basic of a code structure. We will see how to create a tree view for XML. What is XML? What is front end of an application? What is the back end of an application? What are the various software testing methodologies? How do you create user stories? Several examples for that. How do you create RACI? How do you create a balanced business scorecard? So by attending the business analyst program, it is not just the business analyst role. You could also become a part of the process improvement group or a process initiation group. There are several roles that you can work as a part of the business analyst program. I have SQL Server installed on my system. So the query is getting opened. So these are the sample queries that I will be sharing with you all. You can directly, a link will be given for you to download Visio, Tableau and SQL Server free of cost from the website for you to get hands-on. During the trial period, you can very much, Visio has about 60 days of trial. So you can practice all the concepts that you learn. The SQL statements that I will be teaching you, I will also share this file with you. It's very, very handy. You can use it as and when needed while you work with data. If you have to extract specific data and work on the data. Right, so we have many such examples that I could share with you all. Lot of knowledge that you will gain, lot of study materials that you will receive, how to create a software specification, requirement specification document, and then what are the various types of templates. Technical specification template, we have a project functional and non-functional specification template. Okay, how to create gap analysis, and then we are also giving you a BA ebook, Babok study material, and some important templates which we will see in live, how to use those templates, some quick referencing use case templates, standard operating procedures, etc. And I will also help you with how to create minutes of the meeting, weekly status report that should be shared, how to create a defect report. Okay. So in short, or to summarize, business analyst is a role that bridges the business and the technology. As a business analyst, you will work towards IT improvement, business improvement and process improvement. Next to this, we will start with the software development life cycle and the different templates. So I've already shown this to you. What are the various UML diagrams that we will be covering? I've shown it to you on Visio, and I've shown you the data modeling techniques. So popular business analysis tools include Microsoft Visio or Visual Paradigm, MS Word for analysis and data crunching, Microsoft Excel, process automation. I will be teaching you how to create macros in Excel and how to write small programs using Excel VBA programming language, simple ones. Data extraction, I'll be teaching you how to use SQL that you could run on SQL Server or Oracle or Access database. Wireframing, there are two tools, Balsamic and Pencil. We will be working on Pencil to see how to create mock-ups of the front-end screens. Requirements management, Rational Requisite Pro, that you will get trained when you join a company. There could be different requirement management tool or in-house tools within the company. Collaboration, you can try Google Docs or Google Spreadsheet. And of course, for presentation, it's the Microsoft PowerPoint. So we will see all these details. So these are some of the sample visualizations that as a business analyst you could create. End of it, we will also help you with the interview preparation. I will give you as many interview questions possible with answers for you to read and understand. Do well with your interview. That will cover all the questions that can be asked in a business analyst interview. Next, we will also help you with the resume review if you're currently working somewhere. If you're a student, we will also help you create the resume. Even for experienced people, we will, experienced candidates, we will help you to create your resume. What are the various details that you could add in? So these are all other slides which we will go through in our future sessions. Open to questions. Please let me know if you have any questions. you need any clarifications or any additional concepts that you would like to learn as a part of the business analyst program, because this is the exhaustive list that I have for the entire program. It will be very systematic and structured. For any clarification or questions, you can also, okay, Michael has a question. How can I see this video again? This video is being recorded. The entire session from the beginning is recorded. You will get the blog access. Course coordinator will help you to access the blog. All the required information of a training session video starting from the demo, that is from today, will be uploaded to the blog or the website, from where you can view the details. You can view the entire session. You will not miss out on any point that we have discussed during the session. And you will also have a lifetime access, so that you have to confirm with the course coordinator. Training materials, webinar links, assignments, all these details, the query blog is also given to you. All of these are available on the blog. Course coordinator can give you access to the blog, and she can also help you or guide you how to use the blog on a day-to-day basis. Classes will be regular. It will start on time and it will end on time. We have the syllabus organized for each of the sessions, and we have delivered many such successful sessions in the past. I will give my best in explaining you all the business analysis concepts. I'm not going to miss out on any of the syllabus that we have assured to cover. Shruti has a question. Is this class daily? Shruti, this is a weekend batch. Probably the details of when it would be there on a weekly basis, you have to speak to the course coordinator. She can help you. There are many batches running, so you can check with her. For more details, if you need the contact number, you can visit the website techies.com. You can visit the website and you can find additional details about, so you should have received the course content, what are the details that we cover, etc. So I think I've already shown you in real time how the template would look, or how the actual data analysis process would look, or how the diagrams will look like. So just to give you an idea of what you will be learning and what is that you will be working as when you take up a business analyst role with a software company or with a product company. I'll be glad to answer your questions. If you have any, you can ask me now, or you can also post it on the blog. Or if you would like to have a discussion with the coordinator, or you have any technical questions for me, you can please let the course coordinator know, and I will surely answer your queries. You will not get the link, Donglu. There is a blog. The blog contains webinar sessions. So if you look at webinar sessions, it will have all the links uploaded prior to the class, where you have to just click on it or take the meeting ID and join the GoToMeeting. That will be uploaded on the blog by the course coordinator. So day to day you will not have as many emails coming to your inbox. It is the blog on which all the details will be updated. So if I create a diagram, Visio diagram or a document or some sample, immediately after the course, I will upload it on the blog, and you will get an alert that a document has been uploaded or some information has been uploaded on the webinar, on the blog relating to webinar sessions, etc. So you have to speak to the course coordinator. They will help you with the session of how to log into the blog, what are the various parts of the blog, how you can use the blog, how you can download the information, etc. Okay, if there are no more questions that I can take in this session now, you can please feel free to contact us. Contact the course coordinator and let me know if you have any questions. I'll be glad to answer you all. I look forward to having each one of you in our next sessions. Hope this demo has given you a very good idea about what business analysis processes, and as a business analyst, what will you be doing in the software industry. Let's meet in the forthcoming sessions. You all have a good day. Bye. Thank you, Michael.